Hey guys, welcome. It's your girl Black Girl Minimalism. Today is October 29th. We're doing a read for today with the spread of 12. Now, I did do this just now, so I'm going to keep the same cards that I had, but it did not record. So we're using the Neoteric Feminine Guidebook deck, and I'm going to do a spread of 12. I think it might have been a little more than 12. So I'll start with the first card that we received. We received the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands has to do with last stand energy, persistence, grit, resilience, perseverance, near success. So you're nearing an accomplishment at this time, and fatigue is the last word. So along the lines of finishing something up, you do feel a sense of like, can I get to the finish line? But usually you have that sense of being tired when you're so close to achieving the main goal. All right, so it's not a call to sit down or pull away, it's a call to push through, and that's where the resilience comes in. So the next thing that came up for us is the Four of Pentacles. This has to do with your finances, but it has to do with having possessiveness over it, insecurity, hoarding, stinginess. Those four words, as I see it together, is like maybe holding on too tight. So then the next words are stability, savings, materialism, wealth, and frugality. So frugality is in the end of it because it's talking about conservation. It's not talking about holding on to tight, it's talking about conservation. So if you're taking in consideration the word in its entirety, it's saying don't be too don't try to hold on to the wealth. Don't try to hold on to the finances in a way that will hold you back from, materialism of the outward use, if it's used for yourself or used for others, and being in a place of stability, because it's saying that you're in a place of stability at this time, but don't look at it in a way that will bring on possessiveness, insecurity, hoarding, anything of that sort. The next thing that came up is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles has to do with practicality, reliability, efficient, stoic, slow, steady, and hard working. So it's saying that whatever you're doing and the way in which you're doing it, you're hard working. You're working towards it, and that takes a step-by-step process, a foundational pillar of growth, and staying committed and patient to how you're conserving your growth of your finances at this time. It also what is present is travel. So you have the plane that's present in the sky, so you will be traveling in some time moving forward. The Seven of Swords also came up. This has to do with tricky energy, strategy, resourcefulness, sneakiness, and cunning. So all I see this as is paying attention, being aware for things that come forward, and don't be taken by it. The next thing to come up is the Nine of Cups. This has to do with wishes coming true, contentment, satisfaction, success, achievement, recognition, and pleasure. So you're moving to a space where you're feeling very comfortable in the space that you're sitting in, because she's sitting down at this time, and she actually is holding the cups. So maybe holding the fruits of your labor and seeing the things to come true and come present that you've worked towards. Okay. And then the next thing coming up is the Seven of Cups. This has to do with having things to choose from. So you have the search for purpose, illusion, fantasy, daydreams, wishful thinking, and indecision. So you're coming to a place where you have a lot to choose from. You have things that are present that you can be able to navigate in a very comfortable space. So the next thing that we have moving forward is the Ace of Pentacles. So this has to do with being handed something in regards to a gift that you'll be being handed something and being able to be tangible. So you have new opportunities, resources, abundance, prosperity, security, stability, and manifestation. So you're working towards a space where the path is clear, because you have the navigation of the path that's present here, but this is still in regards to your finances that are present. The next thing to come up is the Queen of Cups. This has to do with water energy that is bringing forth compassion. You're being in a place where you're expressing compassion, warmth, kindness, intuition, healing, counseling. You're offering a bit of counseling at this time and support. All right. So in the midst of travel, because travel is present, you'll be offering support and counseling in the aspects of maybe your connections or people that you're speaking with. You have the Seven of Wands that are also present as well. This has to do with protecting, standing up for yourself, This is how I see it, utilizing your voice or your perspective, defending yourself and protecting your territory. You also have the Star card that came up, which has to do with hope, inspiration, positivity, faith, renewal, healing, and rejuvenation. When I hear anything in regards to renewal or healing, I see faith that is closely connected to it. And then pouring into yourself. The way in which you're administering the energy is from a space of a higher calling, and you're seeing yourself to be at a placement that shows a sense of leadership, and being able to be aware of the need for pouring into yourself sets a tone as well, right? So you also have the Six of Swords, which has to do with moving away from something. You're diverting the energy of departure and creating distance and accepting things for the lessons that you've been served. You have the Ace of Pentacles. This is also very, similar to, we also received the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Sorry, this Ace of Wands is present as it pertains to ideas. New ideas coming forward, enthusiasm, energy, inspiration, having a creative spark. This may be a spark as it pertains to coming out of nowhere, unexpected, coming to a place of serendipity. When you're not looking for something, these things are well enough present or become present. You also have the Two of Pentacles, which has to do with balancing resources, adaptation, so being easily being a chameleon in the spaces that you're in, resourcefulness, flexibility, and stretching your resources. So you're in a place where you're able to comfortably navigate the resources that you have moving forward. So that is the read for today. Thank you guys for staying with me, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye.